Launch code. Access granted.
Hello, welcome to this Microsoft Excel lesson. I am your host and instructor, Ruben Herrera. And on this lesson, my friends, we're going to continue with our pivot tables lesson, and we are going to learn how to work with filters and slicers. First of all, my friends, notice that I went ahead and renamed right here my spreadsheets with the name of the table reports that I extracted or that I got from my pivot table. Okay, this is also a best practice to help you stay organized and to see what all type of information you have in here. Okay, I'm going to go back to my pivot table, and now I'm going to talk about this filter space right here. Okay, I mentioned this earlier in our pivot table um, lesson, in our first lesson, that we have a better way to use filters, but I'm just going to go over these filters very quick. So notice right here on my report right here, going back to my report, to my pivot table, I have 14 major accounts or 14 major clients. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this customer field right here, and I'm going to drag it right here and drop it right here on this filter field. Okay, very nice. And notice what I get. I get this little filter right here. And if I click right here on this drop down arrow, I have all my 14 major accounts in here. And I can see right here all my clients. And if I want to, I'm going to click right here to uncheck everything, and I can just look and see right here only the accounts that I want to look. For example, I'm going to click right here on Google. Okay, very nice. And I'm going to click OK. Now, my friends, notice that I have a little filter right here applied because I have this little funnel looking thingy right here on my drop down arrow on my filter button. And notice that now I'm only here on my pivot table. I'm only looking at my cells with Google. Notice that Google is not very fond of Mr. Chin on the west, or Google doesn't like Jerry on the north. I'm just kidding. This is all made up information. But Jerry is a jerk. No, I'm just kidding too. I don't even know who Jerry is. And notice that, also Google is not very fond of Luke on the Midwest. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and play right here with my filters a little bit. I doesn't have to do only one. I can do, several. I can do several clients if I want to see. Let me look at Google, Home Depot, and In-N-Out Burger. Very nice. Now I'm only looking now are all my sales from those three customers right now. Notice that I still have my little filter in here, and I also have my little filter in here. That is also telling me that there is a filter being applied on this field. Very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and select all these to put all the information, all the sales back from all my accounts. And I'm going to get rid of this filter. I'm going to show you guys a better way to do this. This is how we used to filter information on pivot tables back in 1999. Now we use something that is a little better, in my personal opinion, and they're called slicers. Slicers, my friends, are also filters, but they are buttons. They look nicer and they're less intimidating. Let me show you how slicers work. First of all, I want to make sure that I click inside of my pivot table so that I can get my two additional tabs in here. I'm going to click on the Analyze tab, and I'm going to click right here on the Insert Slicer. Now, once I click right here on the Insert Slicer button, I get right here a dialog box with some choices. Do these options right here, do these options, my friends, do they look familiar to you? Yes, those are the same choices we have here. These are our fields, which are also the column headers that I have on my database. So this is, by checking this, I am selecting how many slicers do I want to have. In this case, I'm just going to select two slicers. You can do as many as you like, but also remember, my friends, that having too many of anything is also counterproductive. So I'm just going to go ahead and do one slicer for region and also one slicer for customer in here. Very nice. I'm going to click OK. And voila, look at this. I got my slicers in here. I'm going to place my mouse pointer in here to drag my slicers, okay, somewhere where I can see them. Okay. And I'm going to use right here what we call the sizing handle to resize my slicers, and so that I can see all the buttons. All these right here, my friends, these are buttons on my slicers. So I can also resize my slicers like this. Very nice. Now, supervisors or CEOs love slicers because all they want to see is the numbers. They don't want to be Excel experts. Neither they need to be, because that's what they pay us for. All they want to do is see the numbers, and they want to be able to compare their data. So right here, for example, my supervisor can come in here and say, okay, look, I just want to see how we're doing with Google. So my supervisor, she or he, they can just click in here and look. I'm only looking at the informations with Google. Now let me look at the information with Costco, for example. My sales with Costco only. There you go. Those are my sales with Costco. How about my my sales with In-N-Out Burger? Very nice. Just In-N-Out Burger there. Now, if I want to see more than one client or more, I want to select more than one button at the same time. On older versions of Excel, I can just press and hold down the control key on my keyboard. Once again, just press and hold down the control key on your keyboard. In this case, my keyboard, in my case, and you can select several clients right here. Select several buttons, and now you can see the cells of multiple accounts or clients at the same time. You can also set on newer versions of Excel, you have this little thingy right here, this little command, which would allow you to select several accounts or several buttons at the same time. And you can uncheck this, and then you can just go back to just select one if you want to. If you want to click your filter, if you want to clear your filter in here and you want to see everybody else's again, you click right here on this little clear filter button, and it'll show everyone else. Same thing with this slicer right here, my friends. But you can also now, since I have two slicers, I can mix and match. For example, let me look at the cells in Google, and I only want to look at that north section. Very nice. Look, you see that? Our supervisors can only now uh, mix and match the information and see it on any order you like. Okay, you can also do multiples. Very nice if you like. And this is great also for meetings, or when you have an audience and you're in front of the projector and you want to make your point across. This is a lot more easier to visualize. So I'm going to go ahead and clear, well, not clear, but unfilter my information. And also notice, my friends, whenever I select my slicer right here, I get a additional tab in here. If I click in here, now I have additional options for my slicers. And one of the things that I like to do, I like to change the color of my slicers. I like to make them colorful. Sometimes I also like to use the company colors. Why not? So it can look better. Look at this. Very, very, very nice. Notice that while I have my slicers on, my fields panel, my fields panel momentarily or just temporarily disappears because I'm using my slicers. However, when I delete my slicers, or when I click back into my pivot table, my fields panel will appear again. Okay, very nice. Now, if I don't want my slicers anymore, how do I get rid of my slicers? Very simple. I select my slicers in here, okay, by clicking right here, and on my keyboard, I'm going to press the delete key, and that will delete my slicers. Okay, but what would you want to delete your slicers? They look so nice and so cute. They look so nice and professional. Very nice, my friends. Thank you so much for being on this lesson, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.
Launch code. Access granted.